Guys, it's Gary here, and if you didn't know already, I'm a big fan of watching some Smash Bros. I'm not good at the game at all. I just like watching it, but I'm gonna give a tier list perspective from a mediocre Smash player like myself. So yeah, I'm not gonna really be going in any specific order. I'm kind of just going off of what character I see in relative to other characters because that makes it easy for me personally. But I am gonna start off with the easiest pick, which is where is he? Steve is obviously number one. He's broken as shit. I mean, like, well, not as shit, but like, he's broken. Like, in general, he every time there people find counters to his tech, he ends up just finding new tech, which makes him even better. And the best player in the world currently, Aquila, main Steve as well. So like, yeah, I mean, Steve, obviously the best character. I'm not going to give much insight into that because you guys already know, and I'm a mediocre Smash player, so like you don't really need my insight. But here's the next one. Number two, in my opinion, is Sonic. Um, the gap between him and Steve, as like how close they are to number one, isn't like close at all. But like in terms of how good they are, I think they're close. If that makes sense. I think Sonic. I feel like Sonic, second to Steve, has like a lot of good players. Sonic's is obviously amazing. Wrath, well, not DD. He played Sonic at one point, but um, Wrath, as Supergirl Kells when she played, she was also really good. Pelly, and the thing is, all these Sonic mains have like different styles. Obviously, most of them are more campy, but I feel like Sonic is a really good character because like all the tools he has and spin dash, obviously having a bunch of invisibility frames. But yeah, um, let's go to a bottom tier. I did two characters I think that are the best, so I might as well do the bottom two characters in my opinion. Obviously Ganondorf is the worst. I mean like he's slow on the ground, he's slow in the air. He can't really do anything when he's like, and he's a big heavy. He gets comboed really easily. His recovery sucks as well, horizontally and vertically. Um, Overall, a terrible character. I don't really need to go into more of that. Um, and then second worst character, obviously, is if I can find Little Mac. Yeah, Little Mac's also pretty bad. I don't think he's as bad as Ganondorf because his ground game is incredible, but he has no aerial game whatsoever, and his recovery is probably the worst in the game. Bottom three, but I don't know, maybe worst, but definitely bottom three. Uh, hmm, let's see, who else do I think is top or bottom? Let's see. I'm gonna pick a character that I think I have a good opinion on. Let's see. I think Hmm. I want to give like, let's see. Who's in it? I guess I could do my main. I main Zelda. I know. Boo. Um. Uh. Right now, I'm gonna put her in D tier because she's just her moves. Her moves themselves are real. The moves that she has on their own are really good. It's just Zelda. Obviously pretty slow. Uh, Hard for her to like get out of some certain scenarios. Um, Zelda's just like Phantom would be an amazing move, but obviously it takes time. I feel like her potential is actually pretty good if like people decided to do Phantom setups more like optimally. Ven's pretty good, I think, but other than that, there's not really any Zeldas. But I personally think Zelda's like at least high D or something, not like bottom three, like some other bald people say. I'm not bald personally, so my opinion's automatically better. But moving to a top, who I think is also top tier. Joker definitely. Um, Joker's pretty good. Obviously Leo Joker was the goat of Smash all time. I mean, there was nothing like Leo's Joker at all, in my opinion. It was definitely the most dominant thing, even more dominant than Aquila Steve, because you still see Aquila lose to people like Spargo, Well, Leo, yeah, he loses sometimes. He doesn't lose to the same person over and over. And yeah, but besides Leo, Joker's obviously really good. Arsene is definitely definitely, well, not but probably the best comeback single comeback thing in the game. Personally, I think it's better than Sephiroth's swing and all that. So yeah. Who else? Who else should I rate? Guess I can do another character I think is top five. Rob. Uh, I think Rob, probably top five in my opinion. I guess we'll have to see in the future, depending on what other characters. Because like I said, I kind of like putting characters like I like to have more. I feel like my opinion gets better the more I go along. But for now, I think Rob, obviously a top tier. You've seen his combo game. He like not easily, but he has some um, pretty like obvious setups that are hard to get out of, like the gyro combos. Those are pretty good, obviously. You've seen Zamba. He's definitely the best player in the U.S. right now, in my opinion. So yeah, Rob, top five. Um, Another character that I think could go in top five is Kazuya. I actually think Kazuya is slightly better than Rob. Well, although Rob is definitely easier to play than Kazuya, I feel like once you master Kazuya, he's a lot better than like Rob. Like you've seen stuff Riddles does all the time. He like gets an easy like 60% off of one combo with and a bunch of different techs such as like the Ferps tech and all that. That's also pretty good for Kazuya. Yeah, Kazuya is definitely a top five, if not, I think top seven at worst for Kazuya. Same with Rob, top 10 at worst. Another character that I think is top 10, but I think is a little overrated is Aegis. I just feel like every time I watch Aegis, they're obviously really good. Like they make top eights and all that, but I feel like there's just like a certain skill gap or skill at the top. Like Shutan's really the only Aegis specialist because Cosmos doesn't count. But I just think Aegis has like their recovery is obviously really exploitable. And but obviously like when they're on the stage and edge guarding, they're pretty good. It's just the recovery. I feel like it's just so exploitable and you really see it in like the top level play, which only Shutan really doing well with Aegis because no one else really like knows how to like mix up their recovery as well as Shutan does. Because I feel Aegis, while being a really easy character to play, I feel like is a kind of like a harder character to be the perfectionist at, like Shutan. So yeah. Um, Speaking of another character that I think, who else here do I think is a definitive top tier? Um, these characters are the ones that I think are definitely top tier. Um, who else? Um, Fox, yeah, that was the one. I was thinking there was one more. Yeah, it's Fox. I don't know. I think Fox is under Aegis. Aegis or Rob? Who do I want to put on top above? I don't know who I want to put on, over each other. Probably gonna put Aegis above just because um, both of these are really easy characters to play, but I just feel like Aegis is a lot stronger and doesn't get comboed as bad as Rob, obviously. But Fox, I think, is I feel like there's like a definitive top seven for me in my opinion, and Fox ends the top seven because I feel like Fox will obviously being a really good rushdown character and all that. He's just light, okay, and obviously we've seen what light can do with Fox and all that, but other than that, there maybe Kananabe, but or however you say his name. But other than that, there's just not really any good foxes besides Light because of how light Fox is. And Fox can also get like easily edge guarded if he's in the wrong position. Like every time I watch Zamba versus Light, I see Fox die at like 50% or something because once you get like the spacing down for a spike on Fox's recovery, he easily gets exploited there. So yeah, um, that's just my opinion. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, speaking of Fox being bad, Mr. Game and Watch. I think Mr. Game and Watch is like a top tier that not a lot of people recognize in my opinion. He has a lot of good tools. Like he has the best out of shield game in the game, obviously. We've seen what Mia and Meister can do recently because they've both been performing really well as of late. So yeah, I mean his juggling obviously really good. I'm not that familiar with Game and Watch compared to like other characters, but because I really don't like watching Game and Watch. He's just really annoying for me to watch and fight. But every time I do play against him, with Zelda, it's different. But uh, I just feel like Game and Watch has really good out of shield game, and I mean that's not really insight, but when I watch Game and Watch, out of the rare times I do see him in top eight with Mia and maybe Meister sometimes. Um, he hit like he has bad matchups, like obviously against Swordies, but I feel like when he's not playing against Swordies, he actually does really well. Cause like say against like Fox or Puff or all those characters, like I just feel like Game and Watch has really good matchups when they aren't like swords, if that makes sense. Um, and then speaking of, I feel like this is like the top tiers, but there is a character I think that's like a borderline between a top tier and a high tier. That character's Cloud. Like obviously the most skilled player, not the best as of right now, Spargo, but I'd say Spargo is definitely the most skilled player in the world right now, if that makes sense. Spargo, we've seen what he can do with Cloud. Cloud's back air is definitely the best in the game. His edge guarding is amazing. Uh, I mean, oh my god, it's already been like 12 minutes, but I'm gonna make most of these quicker now because like I'm obviously not an expert on most of these characters in like the middle tiers because I really only watch them. I sometimes play against them, but for Cloud, I like playing him. He's fun. Limit obviously a really good recovery tool, and it's very good to put pressure on the opponent and like their mental. Like they gotta think, oh, when is he gonna crack limit? I gotta be safe. That's what I think at least when I play against Cloud. You gotta make sure. Also, the only thing really bad about Cloud is obviously his recovery, because once he's slightly off stage without limit, he's basically dead. So yeah, another character that I think is like a border between high and top tier is where is she? Min Min. Yeah, Min Min's also really good. You've seen Proto Banham. There's another one. I think his name is Yamanakshin, if I'm not mistaken. Min Min, a bigger character in Japan. Still seeing some success in North America, like Justice, but um, yeah, she's pretty good. Leo hates her for a reason. She's really annoying to play against because of her range game. Character probably has the best range in the game. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like me describing these isn't giving like that much insight, but I just feel like Min Min is a borderline top high tier. Um, but I want to move on to a character where I think that like because of their matchup spread, they're like they can't go anything higher. I don't think the ice climbers are that good. Like obviously Big D is I don't know where to put them. I'll put them here for now. But I don't think the ice climbers is that good. Obviously I'm a Zelda main, so I might be a little biased, but I just feel like their matchup spread is so bad. Like when you play against characters like Big D beat Aquila once, and then he probably never will again because I feel like Ice Climbers is a character you'll play against once, and then like once you start consistently like learning the matchup after, they you just easily beat them if you have like a good matchup spread against them, and most characters do. I feel like Zelda for example, she does really well against Ice Climbers. Uh, who else? Steve, Min Min. You've seen what they can do against ice climbers. I just feel like it's so easy to beat them if you just have a character that can like stop like their decent combos. So yeah, I just don't think ice climbers are that good, in my opinion. Um, I of course I've never lost to an ice climbers. Like the few times I play against them online, and usually they rage against me too. But that's a story for another time. Um, a character that I think is like middle high tier is Samus. I think she has the tool like I don't know some of the the more we go down, the less insight I have on characters because, but Samus is another character that I think goes in that category. Palu, I think, also is with Samus. I feel like they're both kind of like in the same area where they perform really well, but like haven't gotten that win yet, if that makes sense. Since like Palu's nerfs, or did she get nerfed? I don't remember, but um, and then a character that fell off hard because of nerfs, Pichu. Honestly, I think Pichu is D tier, maybe above Zelda. Yeah, Pichu. Honestly, Pikachu's better. Pikachu, I don't know where to put him because like I don't think he's higher than any of these characters, but I think he's better than Cloud. I think I'm gonna put Pika here, like Shiny Mark for example. Shiny Mark is like the new age Pikachu. I feel like what I've seen from him, like at first before Shiny Mark, I know Esam did pretty well, but when he was in a slump, I didn't think highly of Pika because like there are all these things people said Pika can do, but like Pika hasn't done them. But now that Shiny Mark is here, and I've seen a lot of the things Pika can do, I'm like thinking he's a high tier now. But I don't think he's above Game & Watch just because of how like difficult he is to play. And it's not like Kazuya where Pika can just like do so much damage in like two hits. Pika actually has to do all these combos that are really difficult. Um, let's see. Let's do another character that I think is bad. Um, Bottom tier character. Ridley. I don't think Ridley is good at all. He is a quote unquote heavyweight that's actually really lighter than Samus. Gets comboed really easily. His recovery's okay, but I feel like it's really exploitable. I just don't think Ridley is that good because of how like, and then also a lot of his moves like his down air and his down B, um, they both suck. Like his moves are most of his other moves are okay, but I feel like they're just not that good. So yeah, Ridley bottom tier. Let's see. Hmm. Doc, another bottom tier. I actually think I'm gonna put him under Ridley. I just feel like he's just so exploitable to beat. Like once he's off stage, I feel like he just dies because it's really hard to do recovery mix-ups with Doc when the only thing you really have is down. Is it down? Yeah, down B and up B. As the only two things you can really do when you lose your jumps. So yeah. Um, let's see. I'm gonna go to a character that I think is A tier. Diddy, I think sits comfortably here. Kind of like Pika in my opinion, where he's like really complicated to play. But once like Tweak, for example, the stuff Tweak has done, even with bad matches such as Fox, performed looks really good. So yeah, Diddy there in my opinion. Banana setups are really cool. I'm gonna start to speedrun these now because I realized how long I'm dragging this on. Wolf is another character that fits into like these A tiers with like the characters that were once really good but kind of like stopped in the meta. Wolf goes in there in my opinion. Same with Pokemon Trainer. I think he goes slightly above Wolf just because of like I think Charizard is one of the best heavies on his own, and then combined with Ivysaur and Squirtle, they're both really good. So yeah, let's see. Who else is there? Bayo, I think, is a high B tier in my opinion. Bloom has really like showed how good Bayo can be as a character. And same with Lima. I feel like Bayo is heavily underrated just because of how like little she kills. But there's a character that also can't kill, but also doesn't do that much damage. And Sheik, I feel like, is really overrated. I actually think Sheik is not good at all because like I feel like even with all her combos, I can just like easily. It's just like she's just like so it's so hard to play her, and then like it's not even like that high of a reward because when you do master playing her, it's still really hard to get kills and stuff. It's not like Kazuya or Pikachu where like if you really learn the difficult stuff, you can start to get like good kills. It's like you learn all these difficult setups and then like they're still not good. That's my opinion on Sheik. And then another character I think is overrated is Shulk. He's been Mr. Potential for so long, but like Sheik, he's so complicated to play. And then when you do play him, it's like switching between Monados is like really a difficult task. And then all of his moves are extremely slow, so it's really hard to get a kill with him. So I don't think Shulk is that good, especially when they're in the Monadas, I feel like some of them are kind of just like Smash, for example. I feel like if you're playing a zoner or something, it's really easy to avoid him because you can just like go away. But yeah, I think Shulk is overrated. He's been Mr. Potential since the start of the game and he hasn't shown any potential. But yeah, another character that I think is high tier is Roy. I think he goes with like right here. He really does isn't doing good in this meta. Like the meta before this, he performed really well, but in this meta, he's obviously not doing very good considering the characters that are at the top right now. But I still think he's a really good character. Like beyond that point, because we've seen what he can do, like getting kills really early. But a character that has been doing good in the meta recently, I think finishing off the high tiers or top tiers in my opinion is Peach, because she like I feel like she's also kind of luck based with getting Stitch faces and that stuff. But even without that, she's still a really good character in my opinion. So yeah, she also looks really cool to like play, but I don't want arthritis, so you know. Another character that I think is heavily underrated is Lucina. I've seen the stuff Proto Banam can do, and I feel like Lucina is misses potential in my opinion because I feel like she can do so much, but nobody puts in the effort because they say she's boring to play. Even though people like play characters like Aegis and Sonic and Min Min, which are infinitely more boring than Lucina in my opinion. So yeah, but I think Lucina definitely has a lot of potential if people played her more, and I feel like she's like probably one of the best secondary characters to pick up, in my opinion. So yeah. Um, let's see. Characters who fell off. ZSS. I feel like ZSS and Bayo are pretty close. I feel like one. ZSS, while I think she's still good in the meta, she obviously fell off. Um, Mars says it himself. ZSS sucks. Obviously, kind of a joke, but like, she did fall off. But moving to back to characters, I think that are underrated. Yoshi. I feel like Yoshi also has like a lot of potential, and I've seen it with Yoshidora and Mei Mei. Um, yeah, Yoshi, I actually think is really good. Not there, but like here, in my opinion. I just feel like the amount of jumps he has. His aerial game is really good. I think he kills really early, and he's pretty heavy for like his size. So yeah. Um, I don't have a lot of C tiers right now, so I'm gonna add Rosa to the C tier. Like, there's one guy. Rosa's like the DeBuzz character and nobody else. So yeah. Um, DeBuzz. Let's see. Captain Falcon, another B tier character. I think he goes there. Let's see. Donkey Kong. I think he is kind of underrated in my opinion, but still like high D tier. I think he's a little underrated in my opinion because I feel like some of the clips I've seen, he just looks fun to play, and like Chunky Kong is really good too. Um, moving on. Uh, hmm. Duck Hunt, low D. Same with Banjo. Banjo and Duck Hunt kind of belong in the same place in my opinion. Both can't kill. Require very complicated setups. Yeah, they're both pretty bad in my opinion. Meta Knight, solid C tier, high in my opinion. I feel like his aerial strings are pretty good once you actually get them, but when you don't, they suck. Toon Link, worst of the links in my opinion. I don't really see much of him, but when I do, I feel like he's just kind of a worse Young Link, so he goes there. Speaking of Young Link, he's probably a high B tier in my opinion. Not there, but I'd put him like I feel like he's above ZSS and Bayo. So yeah, Pac-Man I think goes to bottom of A tier because I just think like I've seen the setups you can do and all that, and recently watching DD also like it shows another side of Pac-Man you can do. So yeah, I think Pac-Man is a like I feel like he's so he has so many setups, but sometimes it's just hard to get a kill with him. Anyways, Pitt, the Zachary now character, I think he goes right here. I've always wanted to see. I always thought Pitt had a lot of potential, but seeing Zachary perform, I realized that Pitt's like too honest of a character, so I think he goes there. Um, Ken, I think us like goes here, and then Ryu. I heard is from what I've heard, like Ken is better than Ryu, cause or is it no Ryu is better than Ken. Never mind, I got them mixed up. Ryu is slightly better than Kenema from what I've heard, so I'm gonna go based off of that. But I still think they're both really good because of their combo setups. Let's see. All right, let me do the Mii's. I think Sword Fighter is the worst of them all. He's just like he's so slow, like all of his moves, and it's really easy to counter him. Brawler's the best. Like you see a lot more people using him as a secondary, like Kamehameha and Bloom, because like he's just a good character overall. Well, not good, but like middle of the pack. I guess middle of the pack is like good for ultimate. And then Gunner, in my opinion, Capitancito has shown what this character can do, but I still don't think that they're that good in my opinion. Um, Kirby, a character that's really easy to play, but like he's so limited to his tools that he's not that good in my opinion. I think he goes like right here. Um, Hero, the luck-based character himself, I would probably put like high C because like it just depends on the match. Like sometimes Hero does really good, sometimes he does absolutely awful. Kind of luck-based, but also like obviously skill to it. Terry's a character that I think is really good in my opinion. He goes right here. I just think I like the way I love Terry as a character. I wish I could play him. I don't have him in DLC, but maybe I will someday. But yeah, Terry goes there in my opinion. Um, Puff I think goes here. Puff looks really cool, but she's just like there's like really bad matchups against like long ranged characters because she can't hit them as well. Wario goes in uh like I feel like he's around PT Palu area because Waft is obviously a really good move, but with his nerfs, I still think he's a really good character. But not Simon. Simon definitely fell off, probably right there. Mario, another A tier character. I feel like he's like the poster child for A tiers. Really, he's good. I think he goes like right in between Diddy or more. Ike, I think Ike is not the greatest. Probably high D. Ike represents a high D character, high D tier character in my opinion. Byleth, I mean, I feel like Byleth is underrated. Obviously, um, not really represented because I don't know, but Byleth right there. Corrin's really good. I also love playing Corrin. She's like one of my secondaries because I just like playing her. Bowser Jr. Eh, right here. No, right, not right there. Like right here. Bowser. Right here. Um, Crom. Better Ike in my opinion. Like even with his limited recovery, he's still pretty good. Um, Incineroar I think is definitely an underrated character, right there. Villager pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Around Puff area, I would say. Oh my god. Move him right there. Where's Isabel? Isabel, I'd say right about here. Um, King DDD, I'd put right here in my opinion. I think he's slightly better than Ridley, but not as good as Sword Fighter. K. Rool, I think is better than like the bottom tier, but he's nothing above that. Um, Robin, he has cool setups. I put him like right here, in my opinion, or like right here. Let's see, Falco, I'd say like he's like right here, right here. Link, I would put around here as well, like right here. Greninja, I would put like right here. Uh, let's see, Piranha Plant. Definitely like right here. Mewtwo, I would say he goes like right here. Mega Man, right here. Not right here, I would say. Oh my god, there we go. Luigi, like right here. Lucario. I would say he's definitely changed a lot, but I'd still put him like right here. Yeah, okay. Marth, the tipper thing, he's okay. Marth, I'd say is like right here. Oh my god, not right there. Right here. Oh my god, right here. What else do we have? We Fit. I'd put like right here. Inkling. I'd say like right here. What else do I have? Ness. Ooh. Ness is like. I'd say he's like not there. Right here. And then Lucas, I'd say he's down here. Like around here. And then let's see, who else do I have? Olimar. Olimar's pretty good in my opinion. Right here. No, not right there. There. Alright. Sephiroth. Like, around Luigi. I'd say he's like around Luigi. Oh god, let me... Okay. And then Snake, I'd put definitely A tier. Snake's a really good character. I think he's above right. I love watching Snake too. Then Sora, I think, is the last one. Sora, I would put like around here. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, not there. There. All right, this is my tier list. Sorry if I rushed it in the end. I'm getting like my voice is dying, but thanks for watching. Bye.